Tegan, Layla. Welcome to Seriously Kate. I couldn't think of the better person to be my first guest.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I feel so honored to be here.
I'm excited to have you on. I feel like we talk every week. So
You.
I feel like I know much about your life, that this will probably feel like our weekly phone conversations that will probably just
Right.
be here, yeah. Long. But I didn't know if I wanted to like be corny and like bring out like your highlight reel. Just like insert like
You know what's crazy? I thought about putting, since this is like an episode for what it is, where I thought about putting my ASU soccer picture behind me instead, but I was like,
you could have. I would have
over
laughed.
here though. It's
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah. I would have laughed. But I have you here because I wanted this episode to be focused on friendships. I feel like we're in a long distance friendship. I don't think I've seen you in person in like 2 years.
yeah, it's been a little while. I've tried to catch you at the airport here and there,
Yeah, that's really sad. We're
but you
gonna
know,
have
they keep catching those flights.
to and a little bit about how we met, which was through Alabama State soccer and just that experience in a whole. And just some scenario questions I had for you that I feel like we talk about on the regular. And I felt funny to throw some new ones at you. So my first question for you was, what was your first impression of me?
I think first impression, like before I met you, but just off of text, because you texted me, I was like, this girl keeps texting me. Like, I'm gonna see her when we get there. But like, I didn't think I thought you was nice. I just was like, I should definitely respond. And then when I met you, I thought we'd get along. I just was like, you weren't supposed to be my roommate. So I was like, I wonder how this is gonna go. But at the same time, we was going to be on the same team. So I was like, hopefully it works out. And we both like Chipotle. So I was like, it has to work out.
I was like, we're already at sync. For background story, me and Tegan were recruited by the former coach of Alabama State University, and I don't know why I just said the whole like Alabama State. That was unnecessary. ASU. And at first, I was supposed to be roommates with one of our other good friends, Caleb. And I don't know what happened. We were led astray. We were lied to. Me and Caleb were
No,
lied
yeah,
to.
because I was supposed to be roommates with one of our other teammates too,
Yeah,
Shelby.
yeah. That did not happen. And I ended up being roommates with like Tegan. And no offense to Tegan, I didn't meet Tegan prior to this. I had only met Kayla. So I was like very like, yes, Kayla's my roommate. And I know like when the whole situation was happening, I was like low key mad because I was like, wait, like who are y'all putting me in a room with? Like I don't know her. And I remember my mom being, everything works out for a reason, like it's fine. Like don't know none of these people. And I was like, you're right.
Right. I guess.
Yeah. So we ended up being roommates. And when I found out, I was trying to text Tegan to be like, oh, like, do you have a theme you want for our room? Or like, I don't remember, but or I think I was just like, hey, like, you want to like hop on a call or something? Like, I don't know. I don't really,
Yeah, he was super friendly.
yeah, I don't really remember. And Tegan did not text me back.
I don't know what I was. Well, that summer before we went to school, I was like, I was low key traveling a little bit, but
Probably. Yeah. So I
um,
think before I met Tegan, I was like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into because she never texts me back. It's kind of like, we'll see how it goes.
no,
No,
right.
I think my first impression was you were really nice. And I thought that we had similar personalities that we would get along to. Or I was like, well, we have to get along.
No, right.
We have to get along for this year because we're stuck with each other. But And
No, it was definitely stuck with each other the whole year. That was funny.
I know I was saying that 1 year turned to 4 years because you were my roommate the whole time.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I was do people even I didn't even realize people still like switch, people did knew people that did switch, but I was like, I never even thought about it.
I know. I feel like from like my sister's experience, she had like a different roommate each year, and I'm like, wow, like I can't imagine. Like,
No, yeah. Same with my brother. I think for like a period he even was in his suite with like it was just him for a little while. But yeah, has been the same too.
yeah, and I'm like, wow, I don't know if I would have wanted that personally.
No. No, out the way we all just had our doors just open and unlocked and everything.
I don't know if I would recommend that now. I don't think I would do that now.
Definitely not.
Speaking of that, I feel like since we're speaking of open door policy, I feel like our room was weirdly the room to be in.
Yeah.
And I
That was
wonder,
weird. Like the kick gets fired.
yeah, and I'm like, uh, how did you feel about that? Like, was that surprising to you at all?
I mean, like, I didn't mind it too much. Sometimes I did, but like, I just was all, I think we were both on the same page of like, how did our room end up being the spot?
I know.
Like, I don't think we don't mind, I guess, but how did everybody decide that this was the spot?
Oh, I was like, not we're well liked. It's like
No, right.
because I know I would sometimes be like, oh, just
No,
because sometimes because I would see most of the people all day every day anyway.
heck, though.
But I feel like we had some really funny conversations and crazy scenarios that it
For
like
sure.
made up for it. But it was definitely like, guys, I just want to nap.
No, and you loved it now too.
Yeah. But to transition, I was thinking, did you have a moment in our friendship that you'll never forget? I'm reading my questions. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Right. Like a specific moment. No, I don't know if I had like a specific moment. I think when we had maybe because like when we were playing soccer and you assisted my goal, I think that was like a fun moment for the two of us. 'Cause I was like, oh, I felt like we never played at the same time, so it was like,
Yeah.
this is
And it
fun.
was senior day. It was like a cute little,
No, yeah, I enjoyed that. But I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think of even like the moment of when I thought like, okay, she's like really stuck with me. Oh, no. Like, it was kinda just up and stuck from the start.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I don't know, maybe, like, after I went to Chipotle for the first time or something.
I think once we realized that we would go twice a week if we wanted to, we're just like, I'm down.
No, right. We were like, I don't have any money." Well, I do have money for Chipotle, though.
Yeah, yeah. I have money for that. I'll make sure. I'll say that probably when it was our away trips and we would sometimes they would like put us in rooms with other people and I'll be like, like, whatever.
No, that's true, though. We
This
did
is no
always
shame, but yeah, I was like, wow, I wanna, I'm like, we have so much to talk about.
Right, I don't even know how we had so much to talk about because we was together all the time.
And I like vividly remember when we would have like 5:30 waits, 6 a.m. waits. And we'll like talk to 1 a.m. and I'd be like, Keegan, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, I definitely can yap sometimes.
Yes. But I'm like, yeah, I feel like it was mutual.
No, yeah. We were up, yeah. And I mean, we would make it to wait, so
We would. I don't think we're ever well, I can't say we were not ever late for that one.
that's a good story you should tell about when we missed weight.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember, like, try to remember vividly, but it was the day before, and most of the time our like grad assistant coach would text us, like the time we're supposed to be there in the mornings.
Yeah.
And we did not get a text.
There was not
And no, there was no, and there was for warning. Yeah, there was no one inquiring about the text.
that too.
And I think in our side group chat, we were like, let's not ask and like, let's just not show up. I'm pretty sure that was the conversation.
Yeah, we were like, I mean, I think, yeah, there was definitely discussion of somebody asking, but nobody ever did. And we was like, okay, so we must not got it.
Yeah. And then we were like, maybe it'll come late tonight. And
Yeah, like in the morning. I don't know. Like they always send a text.
right. So I think that we were like, well, out of sight, out of mind type of vibe. And I just remember I was woken up with this open door policy. I was woken up by one of our other teammates, and she was like, she's out there looking for us. And I was like, oh gosh. And I don't remember after that. I feel like everyone was late.
Yeah, I
People
remember.
showed up.
I think one of our teammates, she was there early, so she was just like waiting in the parking lot, and she was the one that sent the text to like in our group chat of like, "Hey, they're here."
They're outside.
And so we all lived in the same hallway or whatever. So somebody who else was up, was running up through the open doors, telling everybody like, "Hey guys, they're outside." I remember it like she came and opened our door and was like, "Guys, they're outside." And our beds was like one was here and one was here. And I just remember both of us like kind of turning over and hearing her and then being like, okay. And then just both rolling back over because it was like we was already late.
We're doomed.
And then I think we got up slowly, the two of us anyway.
Yeah. And then I think people started to see that we were going slow and they were like rushing.
Yeah. But then we still, I don't know.
We were still semi early.
We still walked over. And then when we hit that corner, it was like, okay.
Yeah. Let's do this thing. Let's fake
It's like they could see it now.
I tried to get here.
That was funny though. And then the next like 3 days were miserable.
We learned our lesson. We learned our lesson. I was going to say, because we would run before our weights. So that was like the running portion. And I remember that we didn't run at all because people were just showing up sporadically and like no one was on time. And I remember like the grad assistant being like, why didn't no one just like decide to text me or like no one decided to like show up? And they were like, you always text us.
Right. You guys always send a text. We were like,
God,
why didn't you?
right, this is your job. Anyways, I think she like scolded us.
Definitely.
And then we went to weights and then we just did our regular weights. And then I think practice was around like 11 a.m. That
Yeah,
day.
something like that. Yeah.
And were we freshmen? Sophomores? I think we were sophomores.
Yeah, I think that was our.
I think it was our sophomore year.
Yeah, I think that was sophomore year because
Yeah.
because the girls
Girl,
were welcome to the freshmen.
Yeah. And I remember them being like, they told us not to bring the friends. They told us not to bring any balls out today. And we were like,
No, yeah, and then he had the whiteboard out in the little middle part.
trauma. You guys see that we still remember.
It would no that week was like very vivid in my head because we did that, and then the next morning we had to come back and make up running that morning, and then the next day was like normal weights and running, but it was like aggressive because we had missed that week, and then we had our first SWAC game, but it was just it was against one of the not so good teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that Thursday practice being a little lighter, but it didn't feel lighter.
Yeah.
That was really an experience.
Plan B was funny though. Like it wasn't funny. It's funny now.
Yes. Plan B is what the fitness board thing when we had no balls. Or we would get threatened not at practice. Like if we're having a good practice, you'll start seeing a board come out. And it'll be like, if y'all want to do plan A, let's do plan B. I don't know. It was something like that.
Yeah.
We didn't do plan B often. Thank
Yeah, I
God.
think we did it. I think we did it twice.
Yeah.
Well, we was,
Or even know like the second times.
I don't know what the second time was for either. Actually.
But I just remember that being miserable too. But I don't remember what we caused in that.
Right. But it not it's not what did we do?
Ask our sources. I'm like, what did we do to deserve that?
We had to have I mean, not we had to have done something, but you know, we had to have done something.
Yeah. So it was, I don't know. Cause sometimes they was tweaking.
I don't remember what that one was for. That's crazy.
Yeah. I would be like, I don't know if that was really warranted.
It couldn't have been. It wasn't memorable.
No, it wasn't memorable. I had mentioned that we've been like long distance friends for these past 2 years, which I feel like isn't on purpose. It's really just me flying everywhere else besides Atlanta. I just don't go to Atlanta since.
No, I haven't made my way to Kansas either.
And I mean, no shade, but I understand like people are like, not like, I'm coming to Kansas City to see you. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't, like, I get it, you know?
I mean, I gotta make, yeah, you're
I'm
the,
like,
I gotta make
like,
trips.
there's things to do, but I would rather us fly somewhere, eat somewhere else. Do you think that we've changed or grown as friends over the years, with just getting older? Because I think I met when I was 17. I'm turning 26 this year. So I feel like I've seen a good evolution between both of us.
Yeah, I feel like we've like I definitely feel like we've grown as people, as individuals, as women. Like it's been I think it's been fun and it's always cool to see like your friends and just people at different stages in their life. I think our friendship, I think we've grown closer, even though it was I don't know, I felt like it was always kind of just like naturally close. I don't know, it's been fun to watch us grow as people and just you like to watch you do have your own just, like, life, your big I always say she has her big girl job and whatever. Like, she's doing her thing in the big girl well, I don't know about the big girl city, but
No,
I always be like, "Yeah, like, she got her big girl job and everything." So, yeah, I enjoy watching all of my friends and all you guys, like, evolve in your different stages of life.
in college, I was just like, Tegan, you should move to Atlanta after we graduate. Thinking, thinking I would do it. I know. And I'm like, this is like my fault. I feel like when I eventually move back, you're going to be like,
I think so too.
and I'm going to feel so sad. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. But same with you. I always enjoy seeing like your friends or like new people that you meet. And I feel like I get like a lens of your life through you because we just talk so often. So I feel like our friendship has changed, but more of like in a good way. Like it's just continued to evolve, even though we don't see each other as often as we used to.
Yeah, great. My grandma and my mom, they're always like, "Do you still talk to Caitlin?" I'm like, "Yeah, I talk to her like every week."
You're like, do I? I know. I know sometimes my mom will call me and I'm like, I'm talking to Tia. Like, it's like, she's like, oh, tell Tia right there. No. I'm like, I'll let her know. I feel like I should mention that we are part of a foursome.
Yeah.
I, we are. Um, we have two other friends who I feel like I'm gonna have them come on one of these days, just because I think it'll be funny. McKenna and Kayla, we have a group chat, which I feel like isn't as lively as it used to be. but we're gonna pick it back up soon.
We should.
Yeah, those are our two buddies who are always our friends throughout college, and then roommates. Not Kayla, but Kayla was like our roommate. We would be over Kayla's house all the time, or she'd come
Yeah.
down. So I thought I should sprinkle that in.
No, yeah, that's the other two to our quartet.
Very much so. Definitely our besties. Has there been anything surprising about maintaining a friendship from afar? Or would you give any recommendations from a long distance friendship?
Recommendation. I feel like I don't know. I think you just have to be like an understanding friend as you get older. Just like, okay, everybody has a life, the same way. Like literally when I keep seeing tweets of like people like, oh my gosh, we used to call our parents this often at work. I think about that all the time because I used to call my parents' jobs and be like, this is their daughter. Like, put me through. Like, what
Right.
are we talking about? Why are we calling so often? So I think just being understanding of like having letting people have their time, letting people have their space, and just like, okay, they'll get back to you when they can, or you can get back to them when you can, like not feeling so, oh my gosh, like they didn't respond to me. Do they not like me? Like, relax. They might have been taking a nap. They just had a long day at work.
Right. Or they could be depressed and they just don't want to talk to anyone.
Friends. And it's still like, just maybe send a text.
Right. Yeah. I do think people live their own lives. And like we said kind of earlier, everyone's evolving to different things. I think it's just not taking it too close.
Yeah. I talk to Mila all the time and she doesn't answer.
That's not true. Or if I don't answer, I'll be like, can I call you back?
No, no, you do. Oh, this
But yeah, like, sometimes people just aren't available. I feel like I talk to you as much as I talk to my sister. So I think I do talk to you pretty often. That I didn't know if it was like that with some of your other friendships.
I feel like my friends that I talk to often now, like Lyric, I talk to every day, but I live with Lyric. Um, I do talk to some of my friends pretty often, but I would say you're probably the one I talk to the most often.
Yeah, I won't say same. I feel like because like some of my friends, I know how busy they are. So I'm like, okay, I'll give you like a reply monthly or like a monthly like check in, like, how are you? You know,
Yeah. No, I agree. I
but
like to, yeah. I like to check in on people here and there though. It'd be nice.
yeah, because I'd be like, are you depressed?
All
What's
right.
going on? I have not heard from you. I'm gonna go into some more like student athlete questions. So, we'll start here. Are you still in touch with your teammates or coaches?
I'm still in touch with like most of my teammates. Some of my teammates, I feel like I don't talk to everybody as much as you and I talk.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, like I still keep up with most of them. Coaches, for the most part, yes. I love to keep up with our old assistant coach. I love to see what she's doing. Um, but yeah, as far as like college and stuff goes, yeah. And then even like club and before that, I feel like I keep up with everybody like on social media. There's a couple people that I really like keep up with personally, but more just like from afar.
understandable. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't keep up with any club coach.
I don't think I keep up with any club coaches.
Yeah,
Maybe one, but very like seldom.
yeah. I don't really talk to a lot of our assistant coaches. I know our head coach, he would like text me happy birthday. Every year we'll do like small catch ups, or if I like need something or I have a question for him, he'd be texting back.
Yeah,
We'll like
like
chat a little bit, but that's about it. I don't really talk to the coaches that much. And then for teammates, I think I talk to mostly people in our class. That was in our
yeah.
with like sprinkles of like upper class.
That makes sense.
They're the most.
Her upperclassmen, it was cool.
They were. Oh, they. I feel like that made our freshman year really fun. Just
Yeah, they were a good time.
so many different personalities.
The team always had so many different personalities, which I'm sure every team does.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like that's the best part about coming in like that summer and like preseason, coming in like that in preseason. It's like slowly like learning people and like
Mhm.
their icks.
So right, and learning quick.
Quickly, night one. And you know, I feel like you knew like, oh, like I could see myself really getting along with this person. Or like, okay. You know. I
You're
feel like
like, oh, you're fine. You're my teammate.
yeah, yeah. It was either or. And I thought that this would be a great time to talk about someone that was on our team that we found very, very interesting.
I wonder if
And
we're the same person.
I feel like we're probably on the same page. Do you want me to go first? Maybe, and then you can get the wavelength I'm going.
Yeah, sure.
So we had a teammate that was younger than us. She was very interesting. She was a walk on, and everything was going, I would say, steadily well until the 2020 election cycle came.
That when everything turns up around.
Yeah, you know, this is how you tear people apart. Election, you know. And as I mentioned, maybe in the first episode I mentioned, I'm going to say is an historic college universe. Her views, I'm just going to say probably didn't align with the university as well. And someone at the cast made a joke, and she was like, "What if I wear a red hat? You know, around campus, like, would y'all disown me?" And the people said quickly, "Absolutely, I would walk with you around this campus like that." Like,
Right.
oh,
You can't sit with us.
right, yeah, respectfully, respect. And that was their opinion, and she had her own opinion. And I'll say 48 hours later, she packed her bags and left us. She dropped out. I don't know. I don't say she dropped out. I don't really know. Did she drop out?
I don't even think I knew about this.
What?
I think I knew about. I don't think I never knew about the red hat wearing that was said.
No, really.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, if I pick this up, I'm gonna have to talk to like the
That's
person.
why I was like, I don't even. I don't even know who you're talking. I have an idea of like who he could be
I don't
talking
know who
about,
I'm
but
talking about.
I think I do.
I think you know. Anyways, I think she dropped out. I think when they said that they were going to disown her, she she got her bags and left.
I
And
mean, it wasn't the place.
she stood on business. I don't know. She stood on business.
They stood on business and she stood on business.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think we were like really shocked because for her to be a walk on, she did play at school. This was our junior year. I'm really giving this away. I don't know if I'm giving this away, but
No, no, yeah, no. I don't know why I said, yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I
So
knew about that was said, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
it was a lot of moments that she was just entertaining. Like I just thought she was such an interesting person. She could be funny, but that when I heard the story about this cafeteria conversation, I was like, whoa, like that's a lot.
There was a lot of like questionable things.
She's a character.
She was funny though.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my person.
Dang, I thought we was gonna have the same person. We don't have the same person.
Oh,
My person was also very interesting. They were older than us, but I want to say that this happened our freshman year. And it was something that happened in the group chat, really, not in person, but in our soccer group chat. I think it was around Halloween and we were having our Halloween practice.
I immediately know what you're talking
And so everybody's getting their costumes together. I think our class decided to all be rappers that year. Was that freshman year?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. We were all rappers. You didn't have to like come with a partner. You could add your own costume, whatever. But this upperclassman, or I don't know, upperclassmen, older than us, they sent in the group chat asking about their costume, and they were like, would you guys be offended if I painted my face brown or black for my costume?
Guys,
And it's like,
yeah, I was gonna say, mind you, the costume was Janice from Mean Girls.
I think she was trying to be the Indian boy originally.
Oh,
I think she ended up being Janice. But anyway, yeah. So she sent that in the group chat, and one of the upperclassmen, she responded and was like, if you have to ask, I don't think this is okay. And I think that was kind of just where it was left at. Like, everybody was talking about it, but it was like, right. But in hindsight, I kind of wish we would have just like let her.
Yeah.
I think we should have let her. I think sometimes you gotta let.
I feel like in the funny aspect of like today, we should have let her. But I think we did right as like good teammates of being like,
No, yeah, we definitely did.
I don't think that you should do that. And I remember her being like, so and so told me it wasn't a good idea. And it was like one of her friends, which was asking us. And that's when she was like, I don't, if you have to ask, I think it's a no. I think
You know,
it's,
like I don't. The fact that it was even a question was just so crazy.
yeah. And like I said, guys, we did go to a store.
All right, this is the HBCU.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think wearing blackface would have helped, even though it was for a costume. Which I'm like, you could have still got your point across
Very much so.
doing all of that. But that was an interesting personality too. What do you wish people understood about life after college sports?
I think just that you're like more than your sport, as simple as that sounds. My grandpa told me that before he passed away. When I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go to like grad school and keep playing or not.
Yeah.
And just knowing that like, yeah, you're more than just whatever sport that you play, but also you could still stay connected to your sport through so many different like aspects, whether that be like coaching or it, it doesn't have to be coaching, but stuff like that. Whatever ways you can keep your toes still in that field if you want to, you can still do that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that too. And also maybe like find or try to discover like other things that, you find entertaining or that you enjoy. 'Cause I know, it does end eventually if that would be like 21 or like 30. They don't have
Right.
like it does end eventually. And I feel like it is sad, it's like
No, yeah.
doing something.
It definitely is really sad. But yeah, I agree. When you think about it like that, because I agree, it does like even when I don't know, I think I listened to a podcast of some professional soccer player, And she was saying that too, where it was just like it does still have to end whether you play pro. Like even when you play pro, it's like, okay, well, now I play pro, now it still has to like you can't play the sport forever. Any of the sports, you know? So you do gotta find like where else you could put that passion or that whatever.
Yeah. And I think you brought up a good point about like still like being in the sport. Cause I know like I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't do any pickup. My knees and ankles too bad. It's just not it's not
Save yourself. Cause I just pick up and I'm an ACL down.
yeah. And I still really enjoy like watching. Like I can't wait for like the World Cup next year, like international games. Like I
Maybe that's when we have to link up for a World Cup. I mean, before that, but we should link up for a World Cup game.
we should because I was gonna say Atlanta and Kansas City are both those cities. So we really could go. I mean, it's gonna cost us an arm to go again, but it's fine.
I know I was supposed to start saving like 3 years ago.
I know. Eh, I don't have a set dedicated to that. But
Oh,
yeah, I do feel like you could still stay in it, even if you're not physically have playing it. And it does hit different when you're like watching and like
yeah.
it's definitely a different vibe. I won't say it's comparable, but you know, it does help.
No, yeah. And if you do still want to play, then I won't discourage from pickup, but instead then you could always still keep playing.
Yeah. I just feel like the thing with pickup is people really be out there for fun. Like I'm out there for fun too, but like people really like they just out there running and kicking. Like no type
Yeah.
of
It definitely can get dangerous.
yeah.
Everyone, yeah, this is that my the people that I played with on my team, they was pretty like they were serious, like they wanted to win, but they weren't like serious, like we're tackling everybody. But this girl that I played with, she was like, "You guys, it's literally Tuesday night pickup. Like it's not that serious."
Like no one's getting a trophy.
No, yeah,
Right.
everybody relaxed.
Please. What's something you miss the most about being an athlete or something that you don't miss at all?
I will never miss running, ever.
Main part.
Yeah, never. I like even when I get back in the gym in the last couple of years, I never ran. I walked maybe for like 6. I never ran.
I don't know how we do that. I get bored walking. And I'm like, I could have said,
I don't do like excessive walking. That's what I'm saying. I just stopped all of that. Like I'll lift and do other stuff, but like all the running pass unless I'm like
yeah.
I definitely miss like I was just like being on a team, maybe because I never had like sisters, so it was like just the camaraderie of sports or whatever. I was just like that and traveling for soccer and stuff like that. Like that was always fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say same. I think I enjoyed meeting new people, especially later. I think early in my club, I felt like I was weird. I wasn't as social as I was like later, but building those relationships later, I go, that's what I miss the most. And like getting to see people like every day. That's kind of the fun thing about college. It's like you're on the campus. So it's like, you know, we're 5 minutes
Yeah.
away. Walkable city. Walkable. Walkable
Right.
campus. I could just go bother anyone. So I do. I think I definitely miss that part. I was gonna say what I don't miss. It's sleep.
You hated weight.
It-
You hated weights.
I did. I rather run. I'm not even lying. I rather
You can have it. You can have it. Like let's just play the games, actually. What about if
yeah.
we skip the weights, skip the running?
Let's get in the field. Let's like let's show each other what we're. Let's take a
That was
shot.
yeah. That's another favorite part, of course, is the games.
Yeah, actually.
You know, the games.
Did you have another story you wanted to tell about our student athlete experience, or would you recommend being a student athlete at Alabama State?
Yeah, I would recommend being a student athlete in general in the Alabama State. I feel like everybody says the same things that you got to be good at like time management and stuff like that. I feel like that comes with it. I don't know, me, I like being a student athlete. My brother, he also was a student athlete for a little bit and he did football. The football schedule is a lot. It's just a lot. Like,
Yeah.
they film and practice and film and practice.
Beans,
A
meat.
lot.
Nothing. I'm just kidding. I won't say that.
But he's a person that's like he needs his downtime. So I feel like if you like need your downtime and stuff like that, maybe it's not the route for you because it is like very busy and just demanding the whole year. But it can definitely be like super rewarding with the people that you get to meet and the experiences that you get to have. And if you just love the sport, I think it's enjoyable.
I think so too. I feel like they give people a lot of better options now that if you just like don't like it, you can transfer.
Yeah.
You can get out of there, or if
No, yeah.
I think people
There's
should
some people
definitely,
that transferred a lot of times from our school or to our school and from our school. Like it was like every year.
yeah, that was a part of the fun. The hearing about them, seeing them, meeting them, that was a part of the fun of it all. But um, I do think they make it easier, and I feel like you should try like, especially like a season. Most of the time, a season is like 6 months in whatever sport you do. You should try it if you love it. Keep doing it. If you hate it, you'll be like, this is my last year. This is my year. I tried it. I think I'm going to be a regular student. I think everyone
Oh
should
yeah.
give it a chance.
You can always change your mind.
That's-
And if you want to walk on, you should try to walk on.
You should. And I think about being walk-ons, make sure that the school fits you and that you watch their games or, you do some type of research to have your best ability to make.
Yeah.
But most people aren't walking on. So I feel like if you are, call it, you probably have a good chance. I don't know. I don't know how it is now. It's different. There's different people.
Right.
I can't give my recommendations like that now, but putting it out. And my last question about soccer. Are you mad that we didn't get the NIL bag? Because it literally started the year after we
Yeah.
left.
I've been since they came out with that. I've been so upset. Yes.
Yes. I don't know how we became so unlucky.
I used to write papers about that in school in like middle school and high school. I'm pissed.
You were like, I was going the extra mile.
Yeah, like I was writing for y'all. Yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I definitely wrote about that a couple of times. I could probably pull up the paper.
Yeah. I know this isn't like a NIL isn't really like crazy, crazy and like soccer. But like have you like seen the stuff about it with like football? Like how crazy it is?
Not really. I feel like I only seen something once, but it was like a while ago, and it was of one of those bigger universities. But I didn't
Yeah.
even see who it was. So I just remember they got a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Dang, this is crazy."
I'm Googling real fast because
And
I
then,
I saw this just like crazy numbers.
and then to think like back in the day, older athletes got and whatnot taken away because of like stuff like this, because Jordan and whatnot, whoever was trying to give him shoes or whatever.
I saw like men now in like football, people are like demanding like 20 million, like or like an apartment, money, and like they have like real demands. And I just find it so interesting.
I'm like, what would my demands have even have been? I was freaking out.
I know. I don't know what mine would have been.
I mean, I would, yeah, I don't know. I like how like I like how bad the basketball girls and stuff have done theirs, like when Angel Racing was still.
That's who I was looking up for NIL because I think it was around like 3 million or something. It was like crazy. And I was like, I would have did a lot. with my 3 million.
She seemed like she'd be doing a lot with her money.
And I love it. I'd be like, I
No,
wish
me
it
too.
was
I'm here for it. She's spending it how I would.
right. Wait, I'm really trying to see who gets the most in NIL. Shador Sanders had the highest one, which that isn't surprising to me. And it was 6.2 million.
Like, what it like, can you just imagine having that type of money in school though?
Well,
In college?
y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing.
I felt like I was balling off the refund check. I didn't
Right.
make that much money.
Me and my couple hundred, I was like, yes, where's my Sheen card?
Like, oh my gosh, they're living life. I'm happy for them though.
I am
This is why I wrote the papers.
right. I'm jealous, honestly. Uh, the numbers I'm seeing on the
Def-
phone,
Definitely jealous.
I wish it could be me. And I hope my brother does college soccer. I don't think any college soccer players, but I'm like, I would love to do your marketing. Like, let me help you.
Right. I mean, I don't know. You should just handle it for them.
Right. Like, let me be your agent. Like, I need you to do this TikTok video. He's gonna be like, no. I got
Then you don't have to ask me for any money. Then it's your money.
right. Right. This is a side question. Do your brothers do TikTok? Or like, would your brothers do a TikTok with you like now? Like not like years ago, like right now.
They usually when we get together, I try to make them do a TikTok. So like they'll do them with me, and they're both on TikTok because they send me TikTok, but I don't think they like make them. You know?
My brother runs out the frame if I like set up a camera. Like, so that's how I'm like, I don't know how dedicated he did this.
Maybe you could just do like a little Instagram post or something.
Have you seen his shirt?
I have not.
It's not one on there.
You really post on Instagram. Be like posting pictures.
I think it's like a new generation thing. I think it's all about serious like mystery.
Yeah, it's like they're into like just posting stories.
Yeah. Or like they have thin studs. I'm talking from like people I know, like my
I know you
young
are, but like, what do you look like?
right. I'm like, how can someone find you? Like they don't even know this is your page.
That's
But
interesting.
yeah, I was like talking with my little cousins about this because I was like, y'all are like so pretty. Like, why aren't y'all posting? Like, this deserves to be posted. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh. And I'm like, do you think I have a lot of posts on like my Instagram? They're like, yeah. Like,
So
yeah,
when you do that,
it wasn't this, you know, I barely posted. So I'm like, I have 47. And they told me that was way too many.
that's too much.
Way too much, I guess. I think I need 3. And I was 5.
I guess that must be some new stuff.
What's the point of on Instagram? I don't know. Maybe I'm like a
Just
boomer.
post the pictures.
Right. Right. Maybe I'm being a boomer. And
I was
just
just talking about how I don't like new Instagram because you don't get to see everybody that you follow. Be kind of pissed.
wait, you can't see that on new Instagram?
Just on like, I mean, it's been updated like that for a while, but just how it doesn't really like upload in chronological order, like on your feed, or
Yeah.
like people that you don't interact with, but that you follow, like their stuff doesn't pop up as much.
Yeah. I feel like it's gone really like Addy. Okay, I'm gonna get back on script. This segment is gonna be called the Messy Minute. It is more than a minute, and I'm just gonna be asking you some scenarios, and I just want to see how you would respond. Um, advice you would give, and I'm gonna start with this first one because this has actually happened to me or you. I'm not gonna say who. This has actually happened to us. Maybe one of us. Your friend hooks up with the guy you were just texting about. She says it just happened. Are you forgiving her or dropping her?
My friend hooks up with the guy that I was just texting her about.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, I'm getting to know
Like
so
you just
so.
hooked up with somebody I was just texting you about.
Like, yeah, like we were talking and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, are you dating someone? I'm like, no, I'm talking to like so and so. And then like you hear from someone else like a couple days later that they hooked up with so and so and they're like, oh, it just happened. Do you remember the story? It's okay. But this actually happened to one.
I mean, I'll be pissed. Because what?
I know, but like, are you gonna still be friends with them? Or are you dropping them? Are you gonna just be like, huh?
Is there like, do I gotta be friends with her?
I'm gonna make it like they were on your team, so you have to see them every day. Because this was the actual situation.
Yeah, who was this? I think if I'm like still forced to be in the same area as you, like from the same team, I guess I'll keep it cordial, but like, why would you do that?
Yeah. It's like a side eye.
Yeah, and then I guess it depends on how much I like the guy. Like, if
Yeah.
I didn't really like him that much, then I might let it like slide a little bit more, but Imma still be like, Imma still look at you sideways because why would you just do that?
Maybe it was like more of a you just trying to get to know someone. You're just talking. Like it's been like one day, you're like,
Yeah, I guess we can still be friends, but I'm like, I just feel like I can't tell you stuff now. Not anything serious.
no.
Like I might gotta tell you somebody to throw you off my tracks or something.
Right. I'm gonna tell you somebody else. So you would keep your distance. It'll be cordial, but you won't tell them nothing.
Yeah, I can't give you the real info. Or
Okay. Your situationship shows up to your game with someone else wearing your jersey. What's your game face look like now? Like what's your vibe? Like someone that wants to talk to you is going the extra mile and they came to the game, your jersey on. But the
right,
person that you actually talk to,
right. They showed up
they show up to the
and they
game.
see that.
They see them.
So, quick question: does the person that has my jersey on, do I like them?
Yeah, we do, just to make it more interesting. Make it more fun.
Not just to make it more messy. Well, I mean, if I like both of them, then it's like clearly he went the extra mile because he got the jersey. Why you didn't show up in my jersey?
Valid. Why didn't you show up in my jersey? But
Yeah.
after the final whistle blows, that's my whistle. Um, and we have to run across the field. Like, who are you going to?
Whoever I like more, I guess. Hopefully it's the guy with the jersey on because that'll make the most sense. But
Yes, I don't think
who
this
do I like
happened.
the most?
Yeah, that makes sense. Who you like the most? I was gonna say I don't think this ever happened to one of our like.
I don't think so. That would be funny though.
No, that would have been a good tea time.
That probably happened at some of the football games, I bet.
Yeah, it could, but I feel like it's better because that's a big stadium. You can get lost in there.
No,
Like if y'all are separate, you know.
but they were both waiting for him after the game.
Oh, he has some explaining to.
Because why do she got your jersey on?
That's a good question. Like, what would you do? I thought I have a question similar to this. But this is I think I'm gonna take it from here. Yeah. What would you do?
In that situation? Like, who am I in the situation?
You're like one of the girls. Like you're supporting Bay.
Do I have the jersey on or I don't have the jersey on?
I'm gonna unfortunately make it worse for you. I'm gonna answer the question too. We're gonna have the jersey.
No, we do have the jersey on.
You have the jersey. And maybe the other girl has a bow that has like the number on it. Like she was subtle with it, but like I have the jersey on.
Honestly, I feel like if I see somebody else and they have the same number on, I don't know. I gotta come up off the number. Like,
You're
I don't
taking it.
know. We can't both have it on. Huh?
You're stripping. You're taking off the jersey.
I mean, I'm gonna hope that I have something underneath. If I don't have nothing underneath, then
You gonna walk back to Bestie Banter?
yeah, because I don't know. I don't want to be out here embarrassed. Why do we both have the same number on? What the?
I'm just kidding. Can I tell you how I would do this?
How would you do it?
I would be like, she can't be wearing the same number 5. Not all. No way. And I would actually ask. I think I would be like, are you like cousins? And if she said they were her or like family, I'll be like, girl, you go here. Oh, y'all been talking. You see me with the jersey on.
I just see me with the jersey on.
I think I want to get information so I can like press the situation. But like, I'm not gonna be like 2 groupies waiting there on the side. like,
Yeah, like that. You know,
like I'm gonna let you. I'm embarrassed enough for whatever information I get from like this interaction. But I think I would have to like, I would have to ask because then I'm gonna be like the weirdo that's like snap and be like, who is this? I
right?
could just be like, oh, she gave me all the tea. Like I talked to her.
That'd be smart.
I think I would have to go with that because I feel like I can't like, I feel like that walk to Bessie Benson would be like the walk of shame.
Not the walk of shame.
It's already shameful. I'm getting played. And now it's shameful. I got a big jersey on that basically because goofy.
Then the jersey is coming off. That you can't forget the jersey is coming off. I'm stripping
Sports
the
bra.
jersey.
Sports bra back. No,
No, that's funny though.
I think so. My question that was similar to this was like if you went to brunch with your friends and your man walks in holding hands with someone else and he doesn't see you, like what would he what's your next move? That was mine.
I think like I don't know. I feel like at the brunch spot I would probably play it how you played it. I would probably go sit at the table.
Well, no, I agree. Or like I feel like I'd be like I think I would play it cool. I'd be like, hey, like I didn't know you were gonna be here. Like, nice to see you. So like, and then I'll be like, blocked.
You're right.
You're blocked, bro. Be prepared not to. This was our last interaction.
No facts.
But yeah, I think I would have to like. I think I would be like nice. I'd be like, hey,
I think that would be nice too. But I would definitely presents would be no.
oh yeah. Like I see you. You better
Nice.
say this your sister right now.
You're
I see you. I'd be like, you hold hands with your sister.
gonna be like, I was just trying to take my cousin out to breakfast.
Right. I feel like I would have to say something.
Yeah, I
It'll
agree.
bother me.
I think so too. I'm trying to like would I'll probably wait till I finish eating. Then I would say
I'm gonna get full. I've lost my appetite. Absolutely.
brush your appetite.
That pissed me off. I don't even want to drink. I don't want to eat anymore.
No, I gotta finish the food.
I'm like, can I get this to go? That would be. I said that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I would hate for that to happen.
You know, that's like a unfortunate. Well, this is true. Unfortunate. I could talk to you like this all day. This just feels like an elevated FaceTime.
No, right. This is so fun. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's stories for days. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna leave it on a cliffhanger. And next time you come on, so that means we'll just have to come back and yeah, plenty more
definitely.
that you can tell. Well, Tegan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being my first guest. I really appreciated you coming on in this conversation.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. I'm super like excited and proud of you for this whole podcast. I'm excited to see it flourish and do all the different things that you do, all your big girl things.
Well, thank you. I'm excited. So, yeah, Tegan, hi, Layla.